Chill for 90 to 11 coming at you with another video. If my voice sounds like it's bad or it's going away, it's because that's what it is. I've been losing my voice all morning. So here's another one. This one's a first place regionals, but this profile, if you look it up, it was very popular in 2000, then the 2019, and then somewhere till the middle of 2020 when the COVID hit. The deck did come back after 2021. I believe it still won like one or two more regionals, but it wasn't as popular as the end of 2019, and then somewhere in the middle of 2020, which were taking a lot of the locals and going to the regionals, taking first place a lot. Um, and when I was building my deck, I had posted some videos from 2 years ago, and I was commenting, letting people know that every deck was trash, which is 3 years ago, and people didn't like that. So this is one of my first challenges. Somebody went um, on the comments and the old Discord that I had, and they challenged me because I was saying that the regionals first place and the first place world championship nationals and the qualifiers, that they all sucked, and people got angry. So I guess one of the guys knew his way around the trains engine, and according to the guy, was the regionals first place, not the nationals, the regionals. I think the nationals just did like top 30, something like that. This is the first place regionals, and this deck actually went undefeated. So if you know anything about first place regionals and first place nationals and the qualifiers, when you get first place decks, just in case you didn't know, because a lot of people don't know this, they've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for years and they don't even know the basics. In order to stop these tier 1 or tier 0 decks, you need somewhere around 3 to 4 negates per turn established against them. If you're not able to do that, basically you lose, because so they draw 6 cards, right? And you have to block 4 of them. So even though they have 2 cards that are still working, those 2 cards are enough for them to, they won't beat you, but they'll do some sort of a setup. So that is the formula, believe it or not. You have to do 3 to 4 negations per turn. 3 is not enough. If you do a tier 0 is not enough, you have to do 4 or more. I've established some boards where I had 5 or 6 negations when my opponent drew 6. So you won't hear that anywhere else, and you'll never see that again as long as you live. To be honest with you, all of these videos that I have, you can go on my channel and go 1.5 to 2 years back to the early videos, and all these videos are there. This isn't new things. This is things that I've done 2 years ago. People don't know that. So I'm just uploading this because a lot of people don't go through my channel and they don't realize that I've been doing this for years. This isn't my first rodeo. That's why all these decks are old and cheap to me, because I already know the formula. So it might sound complicated to you because a lot of people can't even handle 1 negation or 2. And I'm able to handle 2 as a mandatory, and then 3 or 4 if I need to. But then I can also establish somewhere around 3 or 4 with the Dark Magician deck, believe it or not. So on this one, I think I established 4 negations or / interruptions. I think 1 or 2 negations, and then the other 2 are interruptions. So that equals 4. So that's a formula for stopping first place top tier 0 and top tier level 1. So we're going to take a look at it. So as you can tell, the hand's bricky, but you know how I am. Nothing matters, only the results. It never changes. So yeah, we got Soul Servant, 2 Apprentice, 1 Dark Mission Girl, and 1 Rod. So I discard Dark Magician Girl, Apprentice, discard Dark Magician, the second Apprentice, then I Rod, and then since I see he doesn't negate anything, I just go all out from here. Chain, and at this time, there was no illusion of chaos. There was no magician salvation. This is 2021, around January. So there was a lot of cards that didn't exist on the Dark Nation deck, and I was still killing everything that existed. That's why I know my formats are broken, because I'm not playing any hand traps. I wasn't even playing new cards that everyone's playing, and I still killed everything that exists. First place regionals, first place nationals, none of those things mattered. So after that, chain, eternal, activate the effect, draw two, link, anaconda. Activate, he didn't do nothing, so dragoon set. So yeah, so I got the eternal and then the ice dragon prison with the dragoon in a circle. And there's a lot I can still do. So people are gonna say like, oh, well, he didn't do nothing. No, actually he does, because a lot of people on their channel, they never go against back row removal. They never go against. There's a lot of stuff that they never go against. So this guy's gonna go into a 4 or 5 card combo to try to break my board. So he starts off with Twin Twister and he pops my back row. Then I chain to Dragoon, discard DM, negate. Then he chains straight off from there to special summon a monster, and the monster triggers an effect in the graveyard, and that monster is gonna come out. So he's gonna attempt to go into a high XYZ or link climb to break my board. But then immediately I chain after he does. And then when I chain, he chains to me, and he specials one of the conductors. So if you know anything about these decks, no matter what you do, even with skill drain is useless. They're well known for FTK, first turn kill, and their secondary gear would be the OTK, the one turn kill, but they're known by the FTK. So he tries to establish it so he could pop everything. They have effects together with the traps that you can't, like a skill drain, but for them, you can't target or do anything to their monsters. So then he specials, but then I follow up on the chain and I banish them both. Trigger the effect of Rod, pop the Apprentice, and then I chain to Eternal, banish the last monster in the field. So that was broken. I stopped the Twin Twister, and then I stopped all 3 special summons simultaneously as a chain. Like he specialed, I chained. He specialed again, I chained. Then after that, I chained another time, and I got rid of everything. So if you count that, that was 4. Because 3 monsters, that's 3, and they all chained, and they were about to chain effect to Link or XYZ. So I got rid of them, and then I also stopped the Twin Twister. So that was 4. So I stopped 4 moves. I stopped 4 moves with the Dark Magician deck, and this is like like a January 2021 format, and you're welcome to go look at the year and everything. So it's almost gonna be 2 years, and what is it, like 5 months from now is gonna be 2 years of this deck. So it's about 1 year and a little over 1 month and a half, no, maybe 6 months, a year and 6 months, something like that. And I was already able to establish 4 negations, so / interruptions. So he sets 2 back row, but then when he sets the 2 back row, it's pointless because I drew into the book. So at this point, I can draw more cards, but actually I decided to first chain to Eternal so I can get DMA, Dark Magic Attack, and blow the whole back row. He didn't know that though. But I was gonna draw it, pop the whole back row, and then if anything's dangerous, I'll just use Dragoon. He's already at 4,000, and then after all is done, I might decide to play Rod for a Soul Servant to draw more cards, specifically anything I need. Maybe getting an Apprentice back, or I could just go Spellbook to draw, and you already know that's a 5 card draw because Prophecy draws Secrets draws Knowledge, and Knowledge draws 2 cards. So even though my deck is 25, it's gonna end up being 20. Um, yep. So there you go. It was an undefeated deck, but you saw how easily I killed it. And then when you go look at people's videos, they have nothing like this. Like they'll have maybe one or two negations, and that's it. But you saw how broken this was, and this is old videos, not today, not yesterday, not this year. It was last year, the beginning, last year, 2021, January. So I'm gonna continue to upload all of these YCS. I also have Eldridge, top regional, and then I think I have the YCS first place 2 years in a row. Not like every time, but I mean that deck. I think it was twice, twice, twice in 1 year, twice in the other that it reached first place. It was the true Draco, um, and the guy said he had gone undefeated. So we dueled and I beat him, and then we dueled again, and then he beat me, and then on the third time, I recorded it and I posted it, and you already know what's gonna happen. Basically, it's the same thing. You require somewhere around 3 to 4 negates per turn just to hang in there. This deck still had a play, it could have still triggered effects, but I'm too far ahead of it because even if they get rid of the whole field, like Dragoon, and then the whole back row, Eternal Soul, and Circle, we know that that's impossible because Dragoon's not going nowhere. He's at 4,000. But let's just say that that did happen. I could just set up the whole board all over again. I'll explain. So I'll just use Rod to stack the Eternal. I use Rod to stack the Eternal. Then I'll redraw it with another card. And then I'll special the Soul Servant, and that'll be 2 of them. And then whatever I draw from the other card, I'll attempt to do a third. And if a third monster, if I can, I'll Celine, bring Dragoon back onto the field. Then I'll have Spellbook to discard. And then because the Eternal will be reset, I could trigger the effect of Dark Magician Rod and get Rod back to my hand. And then obviously I'm gonna try to attempt to get the circle back on the field. So it's gonna be the field all over again. And that's why people can't stop me, because it's a miracle some of them get through my field, but then I just reestablish the field all over again. So there you go. You should already know by now because you see me dueling what these first place decks look like. Some of them negate you 2 to 3 times, and then I have some where they go as far as 5 to 6 negations per turn against me. Yeah, so this one is the YCS format style, which means they don't play hand traps, so they just FTK. So there you go. And with that having been said, Dark Magic Attack.